My name is Dr. Mike Monsoor. I am the Public Speaking Coordinator at the Department of Communication Arts and Sciences here at Metropolitan State University of Denver. My colleagues and I, Dr. Rich Kessel and Dr. James Haishu, have put together a training video on persuasive speaking. What you're going to be doing is watching a 7 to 8 minute speech of persuasion, the main topic being people should major or minor in communication studies. We have deliberately put content and delivery errors into the speech. We're hoping you'll be able to find these errors. If you've done your homework, and if your instructor has convinced you as to what to look for in persuasive speaking, the errors should be fairly obvious, but some will be less than obvious. We hope you enjoy the video, and we thank the Educational Technology Center for their assistance.
Hello, my name is Dr. James Haishu, and I'm here today to persuade you to major or minor in communication studies. But first, I want to start with a short story. I was talking with my neighbor just the other day, and he was relating an incident that happened with his son, Greg, a senior software development engineer, who had just come from his performance review. In that review, he had been granted a 15% raise, and in this economy, in these days, he must be a pretty talented guy, because that's a heck of a raise. But before the review was over with, his manager said, "Yes, Greg, we like what you're doing, but over the next year, your number one priority should be to improve your communication skills, especially your presentation skills." Boy, as soon as my neighbor said that, I was taken back to my first introduction to communication studies. That's when I was a doctoral student in the field during the early 70s at DU. Those were the halcyon days of communication studies. The expansion of communication theory was just rampant. And the big thoughts were in full vogue. The big skills were necessary. We were wondering, what is it that makes up communication? What is human communication? What is human? Those were the days. But now, how do you work this thing? Never mind, you do it. So what we're going to take a look at are two major elements of communication studies that will serve you well in your life. First, career and job opportunities. Second, development of critical thinking. The thing about it is that they're non-restrictive. Communication major or minor takes away the restrictions from many professional degrees. Restricted majors are those that we normally think of as being professional degrees. If you're an accounting major, you're probably going to be an accountant. If you're an engineering major, you're probably going to be an engineer. If you're in computer science, you're probably going to be computing in some way. If you're in medicine or biology, you're probably going to be a physician. Not that any of these are bad things, but they are restricting you in your future development. Whereas communication studies opens up the whole world. It is, after all, the essential thing that makes us successful in anything. Look at this. This is a quick and minimal example of the careers that are open to you with a major in communication. Communication skills also lead to success. In a study by Morial, Osborne, and Pearson, published in the Journal of Association of Communication Administrators, they revealed these outcomes. Getting the job, of course, interviewing skills, communication skills help you to get the job. They're listed amongst hiring people, that is HR departments or executives, as the desired skills that they want to see in their new hires. It enhances your upward mobility once you have the job. Remember Greg? It also leads to greater satisfaction on the job. Think about it. If you are communicating with your peers, your bosses, your subordinates warmly, accurately, and effectively, you're certainly going to experience greater satisfaction on the job. And entrepreneurs, where would they be without the ability to communicate with investors, with salespeople, with their employees? It would just not work. In another survey, top 5 essential work skills were cited as communication skills. But what if you're already set in your major? What if you like the major? You like your future being what you have chosen? No problem. Select communication as your minor. It opens up even more doors. If you're an accountant, it makes you a better accountant because you can interface with your clients better. If you're an engineer, it makes you a better engineer because you are problem solving with your team in a more effective way. If you're a computer science major, you be better at computing, especially during the needs analysis if you're a software development person. In medicine or biology, if you're a physician, think about it. The bedside manner, the diagnostic skills, they all come back to communication skills. Excuse me. And if you decide on a major or minor in communication studies, you're already in the right place. MSU Denver has a great communication arts and sciences department. From the chair, through the faculty, through all of our staff, we are student-oriented. We're interested in your success, not only as a student, but in your future. And besides that, we offer a variety of specialties within this open major. Interpersonal communication studies enhances your personal lives as well as your lives on the job. Diversity and social justice. Wow. Think about how that would enhance the criminal justice major. Rhetorical theory, persuasion in other words, law, sales, politics. It enhances all of these specialties. Organizational communication. What better way to enhance your management degree than with organizational communication as your minor? Broadcasting. Not just on camera, not just the anchor, not just the weather person, but in production, in sound engineering. All of those things are taught in our broadcasting specialty. And finally, our specialty of specialties, hearing, language, and speech sciences. You can be a clinician. You can be the person who teaches the king how to make speeches even with his speech impediment. You can be the person who prescribes just the right hearing aids for your clients. And believe me, I know how important that is. I lost my hearing a long time ago. Probably started in 1969 with Jimi Hendrix live in the San Fernando Valley. What? Oh boy, time gets by faster than you think. Well, you can read the rest of these yourself. Maybe I shouldn't have started with putting time management first on the slide. But, in fact, I'm going to read this. In a study published in Communication Education, it concluded, this article considers the impact of various methods of improving public communication skills on critical thinking. The results indicate that communication instruction improves critical thinking ability of all participants. Well, there's much more, but we're out of time. Sorry, but we'll have to conclude. We have spent the last several minutes talking about what the advantages of taking a major or a minor in communication studies can be for you. And to do that, we examined 2 essential elements: job and career opportunities and critical thinking enhancement. Whichever one you choose, the major or the minor, if you do choose one of those, you will probably never hear from your significant other or from your boss, your major priority for next year is to work on your communication skills. Thank you.